Hello and welcome to Making a Man in Maya. This is going to be a quick series where basically we're going to make a male model in Maya. Now, always to start off with, we're going to start off by creating the project folder. I am using version 2022. So we go project window, new, and I'm going to create man 22, so using 2022, and as always, scenes, all that jazz, done. So click accept, and then I'm just gonna move folder around. So in the folder, I'm just gonna put in source images. I will be providing this image in descriptions, etc., all that jazz. So back onto the program, and here I'm going to go to create, pre-image plane, and get this all set up using attribute editor. Any of these are missing, they're usually at the top right here, or you can also go to Windows, General Editors, and then we got them right here as well. So yeah. So get this one in. This one I got offline and I've just made it a bit sharper and bigger. And I'm going to make it a bit bigger on the scene here. Wait, back on so I get the scale. And let's increase this. So I'm going to increase this quite considerably. I think about 2. Nah, 3. Go big or go home. And let's try and move into position using the foot on the side here, just to gauge a bit. Yeah. I'll put you back minus 100. Even if you put it minus 10, it'll be fine, but I like putting it a good distance away so that you can really see your model. And just move you into position here. I'm going to use the belly button as a kind of gauge. There, just check head. Yeah, that looks good there. So I'm happy with that position. So I'm going to go edit, duplicate, or Control D. So from now on when I duplicate, Control D. Bring second one in. 0 there. Move it off to the side by minus 100. Rotate it by 90 degrees along rotate Y, and move along the Z axis just a smidge. I'm trying to get to rest in the ear there. So quite happy with my scene setup. Just going to grab all these, and down in the channel box segment of the layers, I'm going to click on this little icon here, which creates a new layer and assigns selected objects. This is why I've selected the images. I'm going to hit that. Change it from this box here to T for transparent, and then again to reference. And now when I click away, try and click on them, I can't. And this is also a very good place to save. So I'm going to File, Save Scene As, and call it Man. And there you go. So we'll get started on actually creating a man. And usually in the past I use squares, but now I'm switching over to cylinders. So yeah, I'm going to switch over to cylinders. I followed a tutorial, and other ones have shown it, and I've done it for a few models and practice ones, and it does really do the job. So cylinder time. So bring it about there. Very quickly, I'm going to switch up the shading on the front and side to X-ray so I can see right through them, but still see what I'm doing. Just get those in position because I'm going to work on the torso section. In the cylinder, I'm going to go into the inputs and change the height to 8. The reason I say 8 so that it covers, actually I could do it more. 10's good. Bring it down a bit. Create, now this is the important bit, the subdivision axis. I'm going to bring it right down to 8. Height, I'm going to bring this to 4, so 4 sections of the torso, and caps, I'm going to change that to 0, so that, as you can see, the top view, we have it 1, 0, it gets rid of the lines there. Because we're going to get rid of them later and it just makes it easy to select things. And then already going to get the scale tool. I just want to scale now. You can see here with the move and scale, we have these little segments in the corners. So I don't want to change the height, I want to change the width. So there you go, bring it in there. Very happy with that. And I'm just going to quickly manipulate the segments so they fit in the correct places. So this one will go in my modeling toolkit. Get the vertices. Right, I'm going to move this segment down to right about the collarbone area, and this segment to the chest area there. And these two segments, I'm going to make them wider so they fit. I'll go for the shoulder area here. And I might move them on the side view. It's good to have this both viewpoints so you can see where you're going. And this top one needs to be a lot thinner. It's good to use, I'm switching between W for move, E for rotate, and R for scale. This way it makes the workflow a lot easier. Now this one, because it's going to be the diaphragm segment, I'm going to rotate this guy. Actually, yeah, rotate him. And scale it in a bit. Next one's going to be the waist. So it's going to be fairly thin. I like the position of, which I might lower it a bit. Just above the belly button there. This one I'm going to rotate it just a bit there. The real trick with this stuff, I'm going to switch to the edge tool. The real trick with this stuff is to study anatomy. So, sketch it, etc., look at models. That's the real way to really understand it. Comes down here, which is put it about there. Make it a bit wider to cover. Just bum out a bit there. Yep, that's fine. And already we can see here the chest is doing good, so we're going to extrude the neck area a bit. So you can extrude by selecting the face and the or edge vertice and then hitting extrude here, which I sometimes do on special occasions or special situations, but the unfortunate thing is it's so easy to muck things up. As I demonstrate the cube here. So this cube, I can select a face, hit extrude, click away, chat to somebody and forget, oh, I didn't extrude that. Hit extrude again, pull it out. Doesn't look like I've done much, but if I smooth it, you can see we've got that extra edge in the center. So an extrusion has happened. If I double click and move this out, you can see the extrusion happened and it can muck up your entire model, your edge flow, everything. So this is why whenever I do extrude, I usually prefer to do it by getting the move tool, holding shift on the keyboard, and then clicking and dragging. This way I have to move it. If I just hold shift and don't do anything, it's not going to happen. So this is why I do prefer this method. And rotate you as well, just goes the next one down a bit there. Now, you could use a picture, but unfortunately, to get the right angle with a photo, I've had difficulty finding images freely online that have the right angle, etc., without you just taking it yourself and without it going wrong. And when learning, you do want to make sure things are right. Move this more to the, just the cheek area, back of the neck there. That's good. And that's what I'm going to do for the neck area at this point. And I'm just going to go around and add a few more edge loops. So mesh tools, insert edge loop. Oop, that's a different setting. I'm going to go into this one here, the tool settings, and here I've already docked it into next to the outliner. I've got it on, well, to put it about to relative distance. So now I've got full control. I'm just going to put this under there, just underneath the chest cavity. Just going to get the edges and make this segment a bit wider, because this is going to be like the chest there. Yep, quite happy with that. So look, do we need to add? I might add some to the waist later. Actually, I might add one here, just so I can define this segment a bit later. Yes, quite happy with that. Yeah, quite happy with those are. So next thing we're going to do is create the arm. But we're going to just create one arm and then a leg, and then we'll flip it over. So for this part, I am just going to delete half faces, like so. Control Z is your best friend. Press Q because you can see my cursor is not right. So Q is this one here, which just selects things. So this is my selecting tool. So I'm just going to click and drag, slam delete, because we're going to do half the torso now. And using another cylinder, I'm going to create the arm. Try and move it into position. It'll let me. Now on the side view of this particular one, it got the arm just floating separately in the back there, which can be handy, but also a bit of a hindrance, because later on when we put the arm back, it's going to be difficult to make sure that it's in the correct size and everything. So just going to do some settings in the child box. And here we're going to change the height, let's say 8. 8 looks really good. I'm going to set this to 8. No, 8's not good. I'm going to change that to 6. Yeah, that's better. And on this one, we'll do 6 on here, and next one 0. So just like before. Yeah, I have that. So I'm just gonna rotate it into position. And one little personal trick that I have up my sleeve. Well, in the other tutorial, it does select half these and then you change the axis points, but then I just find that later on we try and edit things, the axis point is messed up. So I am not going to do that. So I'm just going to grab the face down here and then shift greater than or shift dot. The shift greater than, I'm just going to increase my area selection. Yeah, that's about right. And I'm just going to rotate this segment using the side view here. That seems about right. Move a bit forward. back a bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Then select the face of the bottom, press B on my keyboard to turn on soft select, and holding down B, and then left mouse drag out, grabbing those edges, well, those faces there, not the top ones, we'll leave that as blue. Again, the scale tool, I'm just going to scale it in a bit, and as you can see, it's affecting the rest of my arms. Moves down to the wrist area. Yeah. So you see it, even now it's starting to look a bit more like it's a bit there. Yep, that's good. And you see it's like trying to fit around, etc. So I am happy with that. I'm going to turn off soft select and just spend a few moments tweaking this further. Now you notice I haven't gone all the way up to the arm. I could actually move it up here. The reason is because we're going to extrude the faces here, so I'm going to leave that because that's going to be made later, the top bicep. I'm not good with naming parts of the body, so I'm just going to take my time. Switch to edges. Now the way this is going, I'm just going to rotate this guy, make it a lot bigger. So you see, give a bit more bump there to create the bicep. Over here it gets very thin. We got over here, it gets wider, but we've got kind of an angle. Don't like the angle there. Let's try the other round. Yeah, much better. Do this one angle as well. There we go. Leave the final face as tis. Yeah, that is. Oh, can probably check this one out a bit more. Again, always use your reference. So, yeah, that looks like a pretty good arm. So I'm just going to move this guy into position here. Using this empty circle here as kind of like a focal point. There we go. And this would be a good place to go File, Increment and Save. So far, that's a really good place to stop in this one. Next, what we're going to do is create the shoulder and the hand, and then the one after that we're going to create the leg and foot and attach the segments together as we go along. So, see you later.